Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video series. A few weeks ago, an idea came to me as I started to notice trends on the highway and seeing certain cars that seemed to be replacing older cars that formed cults and followings in their heyday, which has now led me to create this series of Then and Now. A comparison of cars not based solely on their performance, but how it has impacted the car scene. And to start this series off, I wanted to dive into the Mazda Miata, known now as the MX-5, and the GT86, GR86, BRZ, FRS, with the question, has the BRZ/86 become the new Miata? The Mazda Miata was first introduced in 1988 as a compact, small roadster. Low power, lightweight, manual transmission, and an adorable smile. Just over a few years, the sales skyrocketed with these cars. Affordable fun for both retired classical man, but enough spunk that it caught the eye of the young consumer. And with such a small and easy to work on engine, people quickly created mods and even found that an LS motor out of the Corvette could fit comfortably in this bay. And once people found that out, the options became endless. From RB26s to 2JZs to Honda K-swaps and Nissan SR motors, people wanted to see how much power they could fit into the tiny chassis. Over time, this car became an icon. From looks, performance, and just overall enjoyment. Everyone knew when a Miata pulled up to a car meet, fun was soon to ensue. They quickly became a regular sight around the road, along with the EK and the EG Honda Civics and even the Toyota Corollas. Miata even got a cup named after it. Mazda Speed, the in-house performance branch of Mazda, produced a version of the Miata from 2004 to 2005 with a turbo. These little cars were just so agile, it was hard not to want to own one. But enter 2013. Toyota has just completed a partnership with Subaru, and in an effort to resurface their Scion branch, they produced the FRS, with Subaru releasing their BRZ simultaneously. Now, Mazda has a whole new threat. Where Mazda used to be the dominant affordable roadster, outselling the Z3, Z4 BMW, and cheaper than the Nissan Z cars, now Toyota enters the scene with a new hipster-looking sports car. Not quite available in convertible style, but sporting the lightweight, agile, four-cylinder rear-wheel drive that had tons of potential for mods and body kits. The Miata had a base price of $23,750, while the FRS and 86 models based at $24,500, with Subi models coming in at $25,500. This posed a tough battle for Mazda. They now had to compete with a car that had 33 more horsepower, a stylish new design, all within $1,000 of their own price tag. And to add insult to injury, Mazda had just closed down their Mazda Speed department. So now, Mazda was left with a dilemma. They chose to restyle the MX-5 to modernize it to a new look, just like the other Japanese manufacturers were going with. But now that we've gone over a brief history of these two cars, let's address the question. Has the BRZ GR86 replaced the Miata? Well, yes and no. The newer Mazda MX-5 has become almost non-existent at car meets and shows, with the first and second generation Miatas still being the frontrunners in the tuner scene. But we see all sorts of BRZs, FRSs, GT86 cars from all years make an appearance. Just on one drive home from work, I see an average of 5 BRZs or 86s, and only one Miata at best. Early generation models were massively produced, and everyone seemed to pick up the BRZ or 86 because it was assumed that STI from Subaru's performance department was going to put together a performance kit for it. While they didn't, young car enthusiasts were enjoying the small compact car with its modern conveniences. And while the Miata has its own modernization about it, part of what makes the MX-5 so much fun was its lack in electronics and add-on features. That's what separates these two cars. Subaru and Toyota went after a car to serve dual purposes: practicality and spirited driving. The Miata focused on spirited driving. And from the footage we see here, it attains it. While the Subaru and Toyota outdo the MX-5 in straight-line speed, the lightweightedness and more agile chassis make the Mazda quicker around turns. We took all three cars across both Mexico and to Forza Motorsport's Hakone Raceway. Ultimately, the Subaru and Toyota outdid the MX-5. There were just too many straights where the Mazda could not compete. But in areas like Cathedral and Chihuahua, the Miata held off its opponents for quite a bit, forcing the Subi and Toyota to have to time their passing moves more precisely. And it's for that reason that my personal opinion is that the BRZ GR86 has not replaced the Miata. In all of these footages, these cars were in stock factory form. And Mazda has proved that it takes more than just speed to have the fastest car. Mazda gives the driver the ability to better challenge its opponent's skill rather than raw performance. Sure, higher power wins the drag races, but in tight turns and technical sections, Mazda has the advantage. So then why did I say yes as well? In today's culture, the average quote-unquote car guy wants a turnkey and go car. They aren't bothered with the time it takes to learn a car, know its abilities, and be able to employ those abilities to force their opponent to think and strategize. And the BRZ FRS 86 offers just that, raw power that compensates poor turn-in and precise handling. And that is what will always appeal to the younger crowd. In my personal opinion, the Miata was built for a racer, while the BRZ FRS 86 just got you to work a little bit faster and more comfortably. Both cars are great in their own perspective, and this video is not meant to favor one over the other. I still use all of these cars just the same and enjoy what each one has to offer. This video just offered what I hope is a fun, unique, and challenging view on the then and now of a particular car culture. That's going to do it for me in this video. I do want to thank Allan Endopay for assisting me with footage for this video, and TBZBasher for joining at the fun while I captured the footage for this video. Be sure to check out Allan's YouTube page, Endopay Studios, as well as his Discord. I'll post a link in the description. Let me know in the comments what you think of this type of video series, if you'd like to see more, and what cars you'd like to see compared as now and thens. Make sure to like the video and subscribe so that I can keep making the content. And as always, safe driving.